Couple of days ago, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ekojina simpie so epa acho wo kire mu say omaye Ghana bone nti Ghana fo form so enche omo but Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia refuse say obekire mbone kropoten pa omaye a opa ho acho. A lot of Ghanaians ba bontene ebeye videos and say be reactive and some Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba bontene ebe kan ye no ho me ba ko ba bontene be kasa ye no captainsmart kasa ya wo kire mu say and some Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e ko kan ye no wa man na Addo Akufo-Addo aluki stupid.
Yedi obi echi mfie nwotwe meka mo Akufo-Addo no bigiri so no anka se toda na so tena se no hwa ade din a ohun se ye ya anka wanye ne sei and Bawumia amana na Addo look stupid me na be ka chiro anya me na mayo Bawumia na ye Wamana Addo look stupid. And then mama kai openi ya mambre bicycle no ho. O say wo mitrim. Say na wo ba o me atrim. O mitrim. O mitrim. She. Ba o me so he den o be pa Ghana factory master stop that rubbish. Bawumia, what's the upper Ghana factory? Stop that baloney. Bawumia, what's the upper Ghana factory? Stop that crap. Bawumia, what's the upper Ghana factory? Stop that bogus, dilapidated, monarchical kind of political gimmicks. You know, stop that rubbish, sir. With all due respect to you. You are too matured and grown beyond this. When Falcon falls, nobody can stop falling. What are you talking about? You are apologizing. Ghana have, oh yes, I understand that was sudity. Or sans Listen, it's so disturbing, so dehumaning. And I was just watching him apologizing, and you could tell from his eyes that he was not sincere.
We is my captainsmart eba bontene ebe kan nan de ye won ye hu say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the campaign manager Miraculous Abuaja ba bontene abekirikirim nkofokuo kro Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia epo macho ene die nti pote pa opo macho according to Miraculous Abuaja no chemu say acha opa no for NPP for enye Ghana for nyina nti mo madwen mo say Ghana for na che say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia epo macho no ene matiti. Secondly, die nti a opa acho say we a good leader, we a better leader than Addo Akufo-Addo, and until the Bible antene pacho. And mistakes na Addo Akufo-Addo no sabi we hunyansa about matabe pacho. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni nyansa esene Addo Akufo-Addo. We a nsembia Miraculous Abuaja. Bible antene be kan. Me pese me kasa ibre no. Yehwe video no mbra na mane nyese me na me kan nsem e de ato Miraculous Abuaja. So utie video no carefully Ubehunu say Miraculous Abuaja chiremu say obi oye good leader ene ye obi a oye mistake eba abonte ebe pacho. Enti say oba abonte ebe pacho no onu mum ene good leader. In other words no nipa no ne bu o man de ono onye good leader enu ntina ono amba abonte ebe pacho. Yehwe video no mbra.
When people say things about him, you know, even I think just yesterday again I saw on TikTok as he was going to the Asante
the Asante funeral.
Yes, in the vehicle with in the bus with his wife and you know other dignitaries. People were still saying that why is he not talking to his all of these things, and then when it comes to politics and some other things that people get to say about him, when you hear these things, how do you react?
I mean, it's politics.
Or how does he feel about them?
No, politics is politics. I mean, you see, if you put me in a room and we use a Ghanaian context, Ghanaian political terrain, if there are 10 people, you're likely to have 4 of them praising me, and 4 going directly opposite to the praise, and 2 remaining neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
That is just the political terrain. And so if you are in the space where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is, you keep your eye on the ball, which is the vision that you have for the nation. And once you are convinced, you live on your conviction and you make sure that you get to the point where you have the opportunity to implement it. But if you say you're going to open your ears to all of it, like I said, you are always going to be that distracted or demotivated.
You're a politician, so you should expect some of these
Exactly.
things.
I mean, it's part of the job. Not for some people, competition is dragging the opponent down. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia believes that competition is sharing superior ideas. So for him, you may have a brilliant idea. How does he get one that is better than yours? And in a sane civil society, that is how competition should be. But in the political, pure partisan political space, for some people, they need to drag you down.
To drag you through.
Make you look bad. And then it doesn't matter which level they are. Once they're able to make you look bad, even if they are terrible, they look good. And that's the whole idea. But once you understand this, you stay focused. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is very, very, very focused. I'm sure anybody that has followed him would know that over the years, he's been consistent. For him, it's been about the ideas. It's been about competing ideas. It's been about the transformation of this country. And he's focused on the cause.
Okay. After the 2024 election, as a team, the NPP, but as the Bawumia team, what did he say to you after the declarations, whether he knew that you had lost the election as a team? What are the things that he said to you on the way to get back up?
Well, he was quite clear that we have a superior vision to what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has. Unfortunately, the good people of this country thought otherwise. And so his view is that we need to stick together, stay strong, stick to the cause, allow the party to go through the reorganization, and then when the reorganization is done, we would regroup and see where the issues are. And since the party went through a process, set up a committee to do a review. The review has been done. The committee has its issues, identified the issues, has done some recommendations for the future, presented it to the National Council. It is on the back of that we went to do some of the reforms in our constitution at the conference. And so based on all of these things and based on the outcome of the party's own review, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia believes that the Ghanaian people are still in dire need of what he represents and the transformational plan he has for this country. And so he would give it another try. Okay.
On the back of that, so when did he begin this Ashanti Regional Tour? I know he rounded up on Friday. How long had
it was Wednesday. It was just a 3-day.
Okay.
So the Ashanti Regional Tour, call it a whistle stop.
Okay.
It's been a feature of his campaign, and typically he will do a lot of stakeholder engagement before he goes full blown. The full blown campaign is yet to take off. That is where he would go to the constituencies and meet the polling station executives, sit down with them and have conversations with them. For now, he's involved in a lot of stakeholder engagement, both internal and external, talking to party officers at various levels, talking to traditional authorities, civil society organizations. If you're going to run a country,
just to gauge their thoughts.
Yes, and if you're going to lead a party, you must make sure that you have a broad view of the issues and people from various stakes also understand what you are bringing to the table before you zoom in. And so I'm sure even in the next few days, he may touch base again with Eastern region and some other regions to just do some of these stakeholder engagement with the constituency executives.
Okay.
Latest by the end of the month, entering into early October, he will now zoom into the polling station level engagement. That is where now the party people sit. They are the owners of the party, and that is where now you present your vision and your mission to them.
With these engagements, what are the things that have been said to him? What are the things that you've picked from the people that you've engaged, as you mentioned, traditional authorities, the constituency executives, all of these people? What have they said, and you've added it to your notes, going forward into the proper campaign?
Well, I think that the posture Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has is one that create the environment for people to make a lot of input.
Okay.
And so you go to a place and people tell you, you know what, the vision is clear, we cannot align, we cannot connect with it. We see what you see, you've been able to move it to that level. But there are a few things that we believe in our past government. And these are the party people speaking to you.
Okay.
In our own past government, we believe we should never get to, some of which they will list to him. And so you recall the video you just played. At some point, he was actually apologizing to the party people. It has a context. The point he was making is that we made a lot of strides. We achieved a lot in government. But of course, there were other things that we couldn't do. For example, the party people who were seated in that room, a lot of them made a clamor call for a reshuffle, which as a government, we did not hit to. There were specific policies that the party people themselves asked for. For example, for a very long time, the party people asked for the revocation of the e-levy, something that we didn't do as a government, even though our own party people asked for. Our own party people asked for specific reshuffles. We didn't do. His view is that, and the party people actually tell him that it is one of the reasons why close to 2 million of our own party people refused to turn out to vote on election day.
Okay.
Because they felt that, well, we spoke to you about several things, you didn't listen, we are not going to come. And it showed in the results. You realize that the NDC didn't appreciate much in terms of their base, what they even got in the previous elections, but the NPP lost a lot of votes. So that gives us a vivid picture of what is required to be done going into the future. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's posture is, listen, we are building this together. We are moving into the future. The journey is one that we are all collectively involved. We apologize. Clearly, you are right. Whether with the benefit of hindsight, whatever it is, you are clearly right. These things shouldn't have happened. We should at least have done basic things like reshuffling and all those things that you requested for. We apologize. It will not happen again. It is a learning process. We have learned from it. Fortunately, all of us are here in this room and we know what happened in the past. Based on that, I believe if we stick together, dust ourselves up, put ourselves together, we should be able to become a much more formidable team going into the future, not just for our party, but even for Ghana. Because we'll be going into a government where we know all the things we did right, and we are very much aware of the things that we could have done better for which we didn't do. And so it is no longer going to be just a learning process for us in the next government, but we would have learnt and clearly have what it is that we need to do in mind once we touch base. And the party people are receiving it very, 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 very well.
Talking about the video, so the context is the apology was to the party faithful.
The party people who were
there in the room.
Of course, the party, I mean, they are Ghanaians.
Okay.
You recall that there are certain things that a lot of people were asking for.
Okay.
You know, the party NPP is represented fully in each of the polling stations in this country, over 40,000.
Yeah.
And so when they speak, it is the voice of the people. When they tell you something, you should be mindful and know that it is the people speaking.
So not
the EC basically has an average of 500 voters average in an album. Okay. And if you have in every polling station, if you have your people telling you that this is what our people in our polling station are asking for, it is the voice of the people. And so if the people asked, the people of this country asked for reshuffling, they asked for e-levy to be removed, and we didn't remove it, and he's talking to them, it is fair that he renders this.
I asked that because you mentioned context, so I wanted to find out, was it to NPP people in the room or generally to Ghanaians?
Oh, no, the context is with respect to the issues.
The issues.
What brought out the apology.
Okay.
And what brought out the apology is the fact that they pointed out clear-cut things that you should have done in government, for which reason you were likely to even be allowed to continue as a government, which you didn't do.
Okay.
Do you admit those things? Dr. Bawumia looked at them and said, of course, we could have done the reshuffle. Of course, he personally had always been against e-levy anyway, and we could have removed e-levy. He had always been against the betting tax and could have removed the betting tax. We didn't do it. And he feels that for all of us, as a party, who will be going back to the Ghanaian people to ask for their mandate, even to you, first of all, we apologize. Can we now dust ourselves up and put ourselves together so that we can be much more formidable with the experience we've gathered and make sure that we do not repeat some of these things we experience in the next government.
Do those statements not throw his boss under the bus?
No. What it actually does is that it shows how much of a team player he is.
Okay.
Because then he's owning up to a government that he was part of.
He was part of.
Exactly. I mean, other persons can say,
so
well,
why didn't that happen? Why didn't the things that people were calling for, why did it not happen when in government?
Well, you see, leadership comes with so many things.
Okay.
There's something that one entrepreneur, I've forgotten the author, wrote in a book. He said, when you're not in the boardroom and you don't have all the facts, sometimes your understanding of the issues may be entirely different from what is in the boardroom.
Okay.
When you have the benefit of hindsight, everybody is wise. You are aware of that. And so you should be rest assured that some of these slips may happen.
Okay.
What you do, or the difference between a bad leader and a good one, is the one that is able to look back and appreciate the things that they could have done better and use that to inform future decisions. And I think that is what is most important at this point.